Okay, now I'm back. I'm here to talk to you guys about I guess the fifth chapter, fifth, uh, I guess the fifth, um, fifth part of raising your vibration, changing your environment around you. I'm going to ring this singing bowl, collect my thoughts a little bit, and then if you have any earbuds, AirPods, you might want to turn them down. Could be pretty loud. Like now, I'm here alone at home, no interruptions, nothing. So, give you guys a few more secrets, and I'm gonna share a couple of things with you that may, help you along. And would just stay tuned. Now, to change your ultimate reality, to bend time around you and not time bending, not you bending around time, making your environment to assist you versus you assisting the environment that's around you. There are two stones I'm going to talk about that are fast act. One is fast acting and one is not fast acting. But both of these stones are not from this world. They are from the heavens. Um, one, I'm not exactly sure where they're from. I didn't exactly look that up. It's been a long time since I looked these up. One of them, one of these stones that I received when my ancestors brought it to me, to my attention. This stone is called Tektite. Now, this is a very high vibrational stone. This is a stone that, um, when I had the stones, and I had just first got them, I had two small stones. Now, these stones will, if you're not meant to work with them at that specific time, um, you will wind up losing. This is a known fact. You will wind up losing these stones because when you lose a stone, it's 9 times out of 10 and especially if you have it in your pocket or if you have it in your purse or if you happen to lose it, in some kind of weird way, or you happen to misplace it some kind of weird way, which that means that at that particular time, that stone is not meant for you to work with at that specific time. Not that it's not the stone for you to have, it's just not meant for you to work with that stone at that specific time. Now, my first couple tektites that I did have, um, I did wind up losing both of them. But the very first time I these stones that I had in my hand, um, I literally, um, when I had them, my ex-girlfriend called me on the phone and she said, "You sound like a robot. You don't sound like normal. You sound like a robot." And I said, "Oh, that's the stones that I just got. You know, I just got these stones. You know, and this is where it made me sound very robotic. Like it was like not normal being on the phone with these stones." Well, these exact same stones, matter of fact, I have the same amethyst with me right now. Um, this tektite, these two tektites, and this amethyst orb crystal. Um, I put them two under my pillow, and it was like Clash of the Titans under my pillow because when I woke up that next morning, the stones were so hot, it's like they were sitting on the stove. So some stones you can put together, you can mix them, with some stones you cannot. So these stones are clashing. These three stones are clashing up against each other because when I woke up the very next morning, these stones were hot. But um, Tektite is one of the stones that will change your alternate reality. And this is a much more slower acting stone that is not from this earth. Now we have another stone that is even faster, even quicker. Um, and this stone is Moldavite. Moldavite is one of the stones I can attest. This thing works extremely fast. When my relationship was going south, before I knew it, I was back here in Houston. I was in a completely different life. I was, at a different job. Before you know it, everything just started popping off so quick, so fast. You know, so judging by the stones that you use will change your alternate reality. Now, just because it worked for me doesn't mean it may work for you. You have to go out and seek the stones that work for you. Me, I tend to use stones from not from this planet. That's just bottom line. The only thing that I will use from here will be quartz crystal or amethyst or anything like that. But citrine and can't think of the name of it, but this is stone from Egypt. From Egypt. Um, but yeah, these stones are the only stones that I would really lapis lazuli. I'm sorry, that's the one from Egypt. Thank you, Spirit. Lapis lazuli. These are the stones that I use here on Earth. But so far as stones for um, healing, practicing, um, getting things moving, alternate reality, change your alternate reality um, to a manifest or anything like that. These stones are very very important to have. Not necessarily say it's important for you to have, but important for me to have if I want to get things moving quickly, and especially with Moldavite. But also being um, being a person that is um, an inventor. Now, uh, I had a staff. Its name was Noel, and after I got done putting stones and different crystals and stones in the staff, the staff became very, very powerful. The staff would vibrate, and when it was vibrating, if I lean it up against anything, this staff is going to fall down because that's just how hard the staff was vibrating. Um, being creative, being a creative person, being a creative being, you know, it's best that you create your own tools, seek out your own stones, you know, go through all of these things um, to change your own alternate reality. Now, I made two different things. I made a rod, and I altered the staff that helped me throughout my journey. But this staff, I don't think I have it in my possession. I also had a Triton, which was in my possession, but no longer in my possession because I believe that my ex boss flame has that. So unfortunately, I had to withdraw my um, power from it because, and I necessarily don't have to be there to withdraw my power from these tools that were created by me. Um, these powers are just exact; they will just come back to me, and um, that goes with healing, or you know, um, that goes with healing. I mean, it's amazing what you can do. A lot of things that you can do is so amazing. The things that you can do, and a lot of people don't really realize that because if you're not tapped into the unseen, I mean, that's just what it is. Take this for instance. This is something that I created, but I know this. I found this, and it was meant for me to find it, but um, this is a sword knife. I don't know what you want to call it, but it was handcrafted, and I just put my touches on it, and I put what I wanted to put inside of it to, you know, do what I wanted to do to it. But you know, um, I basically, just crafted this, and I use this for some of my practice, my healing, and so forth as doing things that other people may not be able to do. But this is what I mean by being creative, being innovative and creative to being things in your alternate reality. It's the same thing as with the generator behind me. With the generator behind me, you guys seen the generator already, but you know, being creative and making your own tools to help you to assist you in being of service to others, to heal others. These things are important, and so forth. Being a healer is just like getting stones and making your own stones that work for you and that help you in your healing quest. Sometimes it's not good to get stones from other people and or have people make things for you. Now, I did go to my friend that has a crystal place, an acquaintance, so forth. It is, it's at the uh, Traders Village, Gaia Crystals, and I got a piece from him, and it's a nice necklace, but it wasn't 108 like I was asking for. But it's still, nevertheless, it helps with blocking negative energy. But I don't know if he got it from someone that creates them at a huge amount of necklaces, but this in particular necklace, I got it, and uh, I've worn it like a couple times, but it's basically to knock off, push off negative energy. But it's something that I would use when I would go and do healing work and stuff like that. protect myself. Now, the thing about energy is that energy can be transferred from other people. So at this point, you have to be careful and you have to have tools around you that can help you, that can, you know, like I said, bend things around your reality, not you bending around the reality, but the reality bending around you. So, and so far as me, like I said, I'm a creator. I create things, you know what I'm saying? Another tool that I use and is my rod. So I have my staff and I have my rod. So my staff is no longer with me um, due to my breakup, and I still have my rod, and it is made of copper. Like I said, being creative. This is my rod. This is my rod. This is what I made. This is what I created, and this is what I use to warn people and pull negative energy from them. So, you know, you have to be creative. You have to have creative tools that will help you to um, change your reality and change your vibrational frequency. For me, um, I know my methods are exactly what I say you need to do. I know my methods are, excuse me. I know my methods are exactly like I say that they are because things have happened. I've seen things happen that are unexplainable, but later on down the line, I find out maybe 2, 3 years later on down the line exactly what happened. So I'm here in Houston, and this is how I'm gonna tell you that how vibrational frequency works and how you can bend things around your reality and what works for you, um, and create and just make things happen for you and alter your reality and bring things into fruition and just create. um, I'm in the Galleria area. I'm at the pond. I'm under a tree. I'm doing chi, and as I'm doing chi, I felt a heavy thump behind me. I put my staff and lean it up against the tree, but I look back and the staff didn't fall. The staff is not, it wasn't heavy enough to make it thump that hard. It's like, what can I say that will probably make you understand what the thump is? Okay, if you ever, the thud that I would try to say that felt like, if you ever felt, um, there's this thing that they use, and it's like when they compact the ground, when they're getting ready to lay cement, and this thing just vibrates so fast and so hard, and it pounds the dirt. It just pounds the dirt continuously, but it moves really, really fast. And you can feel that vibration from that. And that is the thud I'm talking about that happened behind me, that I felt. It was heavy. Okay, when that happened, I was like, didn't know what happened, what went on. I've traveled 400 miles away. And this was like a couple months later, about 2 months later. I traveled 400 miles away, and I went to Grand Prairie. I had my staff, but I put my staff away from me, but I put it on top of um, this patio that it was all brick, but it was my neighbor's patio. I put my my staff by his place, but I was away from my staff. And I was doing chi again. This is 400 miles away. And the same thud happened behind me again for a second time. So I knew that there was something going on. I knew there was something going on. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly what it was about, but I'm going to tell you it was definitely me. It was definitely me doing that. I'm not going to say what it was I was doing. I'm going to tell you I was working on chi. I was telling you that I was working on my energy. I will tell you that I was working on my, I was working on my Christ light. So this is what I'm telling you, that my method works. My method works. So to bend ultimate reality around you and not you around it, you have to you have to be a creator. You have to create things to help you, to assist you in doing what you are doing. But my creative tools are um, for now. My staff was for me to for my vibrational frequency. That's why I say when you go to these places, you pick stones. You pick stones attend to your vibrational frequency. You will know when the stone is your vibrational frequency. I'll give you an example. The second time in Vegas that I had I had got another um, I got another tektite. And basically, what I did, I had the tektite in my hand. I set the tektite right in the center of my palm. The owner of the crystal store watched me do this. The tektite sat in the middle of my palm, and this tektite vibrated up my hand, up in between my ring finger and the I want to say the middle finger. That's where the stone vibrated. And she asked me, she said, "Can you make it do it again?" She wanted the video. And it wouldn't do it. But that's because the stone became shy. The stone became shy. It didn't want to do it anymore. So you will know when a stone is, it's your time to use that stone. But I'm going to tell you another thing to work on your spirit, to work on, well, I'm not going to say that, to work on your Christ. You need to go back to the time that you were a child inside the womb. And I practiced this for 2 years. You have to learn how to breathe from your stomach. When you know that you are doing it right, there's only 2 ways you're going to pass gas. Here, and you know where else. This is when you know that you're doing it right. When you know that you're breathing from your stomach and your stomach only, because this is how you know when you're doing it right. Once you do that, it will increase your vibrational frequency, but it also will work on your Christ light, which sits in the Dantian. This is what builds your energy. This is what builds your vibrational frequency. And another thing to build your frequency would be meditation, sound meditation. And I would say using um, mono beats and stuff like that, something with a heavy bass line, something with, but some people can't handle heavy bass line. I use warnings. Every meditational music, it says warning for me because I don't use anything less than warning. I use the highest frequency I can get. So these are the things that change your alter reality. So now I've given you the tools that you need to change your alternate reality. Now I was thinking about doing this on another video, which I think I should. And I think I'm going to be back to talk about that in a few minutes. Okay. So, Line of Judah, Elder Valerians. One more thing. Smash that like button. Subscribe. Have your friends subscribe. I got a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge. And, it's what it is. I give as much knowledge as possible. Give as much as knowledge as possible. But as you know, we can't cast our pearls before the swine. So there are some things that are hidden and there are some things that are not. But I've given you the basics and what you need to do. We're all different people. All things work differently for everyone, and not everything works the same. So let's say somebody wants to do the same thing I did. Somebody wants to use the same materials I use. Just because you put your hands on it, that doesn't mean that it's going to come out like mine. You see what I'm saying? So everybody touch is different. Same thing like food. You cooking food, and I was telling my family this yesterday, and she was like, "Well, you probably can't go eat anywhere." And I was like, "Well, when you, depending on who you're standing in front of, there's well, I'll get to that. I'll come back to that in a minute. Line of Judah, Elder Valerians out.